So that is amazing. I have sound, which is fantastic. I'm also can hear myself, which is brilliant. So there's about a 5-6 second delay, which is awesome. So shall we get into this, playing the game then? So there is definitely a delay on this, which is fun. Right then. Shall we try and do this? So how am I going to share the love that this is happening right now? How am I going to share the love that this is happening right now? Don't need to hear myself on that. So we're playing this. So what can I see there? I can see myself loading that up. I can see myself doing that. Is it visible? I think it is. So what are we doing? Is the game loaded up? Yeah, the game has loaded up. Fantastic. So we've got Derby today against Derby. If you are on the chat in around, then by all means let me know somehow. Not sure how you will. First, it's oops, I recommend. So what we got? Right. So Derby next up will be a tough affair. This will be so much easier for new people actually here to listen to me, which is fine. I can cope. What we've got in the scouting reports. Ooh, and Venezuelan. Aggression, decent aggression, bravery, bit on the low side, strength, poor work rate, not great determination. No, you will not make the grade. That's fine. Yemi Nagabatoto. Ooh, looks half decent. Strength not great. Ooh, work rate is dreadful, so he won't be good enough. Looks an alright player, but not gonna fit the bill in what we are doing. With what we're doing, so fine. Okay. Viewers 1. Bless you, whoever's watching. Probably me. But there we go. Keeper's injured, not a good thing. We're happy with where we are, so he's going to be available for the Saturday game. Probably not, so it means Frank Fielding can come in for him. And we probably not have a sort of goalkeeper on the bench because we've not really got anyone available to do that. It should be live, Rich, I think. Hopefully. if you are around, drop me abuse in the chat, as you would no doubt do. Just trying something for the first time to see if this is something that is actually entertaining or interesting from my point of view. So we're playing Derby today in the Sky Bet Championship, currently third with Millwall. Season has gone very, very well at the moment. We're doing what I'm calling the Steel Pentagon, where I'm only having players with attributes higher than a combined total of 60. So across 5 different key areas. So if we look at Ben Thompson, so aggression is one of them, bravery is another, determination is another, work rate and strength. So as long as a player has a value of greater than 60, sum of all of those, then he is someone I'm very interested in keeping at the club. Otherwise, they are being removed faster than you can say, get out of my club. And just doing it as a bit of fun as we get started. I'm being mildly funny. Thank you, Mr. Walker. Say something in the chat. Let me know you're there, as I'm desperately trying to talk to some semblance of a human being. If I can't get a human being, I'll talk to you, Rich. So 4 changes. Go to match. Let's just see what we're doing. So I think we're relatively unchanged. Obviously, keeper has come out. Wayne Rooney is not. He is involved in the Derby side. So an ex-Man United player is playing. So Rich will be happy if he's still with us. But we are going to do all right today, I think. Derby are 15th. We are 3rd. Let's see what we can do. So the season's been extremely good. Won Man of the Month, Manager of the Month last month, and then promptly lost the next game, which is a fairly typical way of things going. I've got no real expectation to what this season is going to be. I think if we can get promoted this season, fantastic. If not, we'll look to do it next season. As Sean Hutchinson heads it in his 4th goal of the season. Never a bad sign when Hutch gets on the end of one and put us in the lead. We are doing very, very well at the moment, if I do say so myself. I do need to get a second monitor if I'm going to do this more often, because it's very tricky trying to play the game and see all the red hot chat that is going on, as well as we concede a sensational goal. That is not the best sort of defending you'll ever see in your life. And Martin Waghorn has blasted them back level in the game. Awesome. Build from the back. Brannigan, my signing from Oxford United. Fantastic little player he is. Come on, get the ball across. Get the ball across. Jed Wallace. Romeo. We're out for our Romeo. Corner again. Jed Wallace in, and it's safely over the crossbar. Very nearly jumped up for joy at seeing that ball hit the back of the net. Then I remembered it didn't hit the back of the net. This is so much better than trying to play AC Milan versus Inter Milan tonight. Bjarnason on the ball. Gets it to the byline. Tucks it back inside. Our free man on the ball. Kieran Freeman. To Cooper. Now Romeo. Where is that Romeo? Or have I done that one already? Brannigan. Looking to recycle the ball. Whips it across. And it's cleared away. Heads. I think I need some background music somehow. But I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, considering I'd probably choose YouTube, and I'm streaming on YouTube, so we'll figure something out, that's for certain. Throw in again. Romeo gets it in the box, but gives it away. Yeah, we want it back. Romeo driving forward now. He's looked good on this right hand side. What he'll do now, gets to the byline, whips it in straight at the goalkeeper, which is fairly disappointing when you get into that good position. To hit the keeper from there, you've got to be a little bit disappointed with that. This game feels like it's on the knife edge. It could go either way, as Derby should have probably put themselves 2 and ahead. Plenty of space in our penalty box there. They have a corner though. Whipped in. Frank Fielding. Good hands for the big man. And what could be one of his only games he plays from is he is my second choice keeper. But first choice keeper has got a knock, which is fantastic for me because he's Polish and he's got an incredibly difficult name to pronounce. So I'm fairly happy that he's not on the field at this point in time. We have been the better team, but we have not been able to score more than 1 goal. So Hutchinson gave us the lead early on, but Martin Waghorn got us back on level terms through a mistake from our defence. But what can we do at half time? Go to the dressing room. That would be a good idea, I think, first. So we're doing all right, I would say, out there. It's not been fantastic, but we're just doing all right. But I don't think I want to make any changes. So Troy Parrott, our star on loan from Tottenham Hotspur, is having a quiet game, as is Kieran Freeman. And I think I'm going to give Murray Wallace coming on, because he's technically not as good as a fullback, but give him a chance to see what he can do in this second half. It means we've got 2 Wallaces on the field, and that is the most exciting thing that's happened in the second half so far. The realisation that we have 2 players with the same surname on the pitch. Bjarnason drives forward. He's scandalously taken down, and Davis can pick up a yellow card. I was just going to say we've got a free kick, but we haven't because there was no highlight there. Boo hissed to everyone. Going to go more positive, as we have been the better team in terms of the stats, but the only stat that matters, of course, is that 1-1 scoreline. As we have a throw-in, Wallace back to Romeo. Cameron Brannigan to the other Wallace. Other Wallace shoots and saved by Marshall, but there was an offside flag. Troy Parrott picking up the card. It would be absolutely disgraceful if Derby get a winner in this one. We're going to make a change. We have to make a change here. Bjarnason has picked up a knock. Wants to stay on, but his injury is affecting him, so we will take him off. Mason Bennett, not a natural in that position by any way, shape or form, but I've only got 1 left-sided midfielder that is not injured, and that's Bjarnason. So Bennett is learning the role and will be hopefully an improvement on what we've already got on the pitch. And we're also going to bring on Tom Bradshaw for Kenneth Zahore. Bradshaw did score a couple of goals in a recent match. The ex-Shrewsbury Welsh international has had to wait for his chance, but he should have a chance in the next 25 minutes to see if we can nick that winning goal and put us back into the top 3. Should we do a shout? We're going to demand more because we're Millwall and we always expect a huge amount more. And our right back has picked up a knock as well, which is absolutely fantabidozy. And we've already made 3 changes, so you just kind of have to stick it out there, Marlon. We've got a free kick. Jed Wallace whips the ball across. Cooper with the header, and Jake Cooper, 6th goal of the season. You know you're doing pretty well when your centre-backs have 10 goals between them, and it's only the 2nd game in December. That does put us up into 3rd position. We're going to go a bit more cautious. Hit them on the break is our approach for the final 5-6 minutes of the game, as we hope to see this one out. Long ball over the top, headed down. Wayne Rooney on the ball. Finds Martin Waghorn. Waghorn looking for a 2nd goal. And Fraser Fielding is not his name. Frank Fielding makes a wonderful save to keep out the Derby men. Hutchinson heads the ball away. Hopefully we will not be in a position where we are hanging on there as an aimless ball goes out off the pitch, and we are looking into the top left of the screen, looking to see the time just tick away as best as it possibly can. 6 minutes of time added on though. 6 minutes is a huge amount of time. It's roughly a minute longer than 5 minutes. But hopefully Bradshaw on the ball, turns, drives into space. Can he get a shot away? He can't. Can he do something positive? He can't. Thompson on the ball. Go on, shoot. Someone shoots. Brannigan shoots. It's blocked. Thompson, shoot. A throw-in. A throw-in is better than nothing. 4 minutes left of the game. Can we hang on for a cliched, famous victory? As we're certainly wasting as much time as we can possibly get away with. Good goalkeeping from the keeper there to come through a raft of bodies and claim the ball. And that should hopefully be Fraser Fielding collecting the ball. And we're on the ball again. Romeo. There is our Romeo. Jed Wallace now picks it up, drives it inside, puts it across. Bennett deflected and saved, but keep holding the ball. Mason, that's all you need to do. Header and Parrott is saved. So I think we've played much better in the second half, but can we hang on for a fantastic 3 points in the first game of the live stream? Experience. I'm calling it experience. Remember, experiences can be good and they cannot be good as well. I'll leave you to decide what you so think of that. Can we find a killer third goal in the next 180 seconds? Wallace drives inside now. He's taken down and it's a perfectly good tackle apparently. I thought there was a trailing leg there, but I may be a little bit biased. Jed Wallace got with the corner. Last minute of the game. Just stand there for as long as you humanly possibly can before we have to take it. Cameron Brannigan will pick up the Blues ball. Passes Wallace. Back to Brannigan. Cheeky ball inside. Wallace to the byline. Picked up by Marshall. And 30 seconds remain. As long as Millwall have the ball, we should be okay. Troy Parrott is offside. That's fine. Eats up another few seconds. Come on, ref. We've had enough now. Especially as they're losing their discipline. Hauling our guy back. And there is the final whistle. A 2-1 victory for the Millwall boys today. Jed Wallace outstanding. 2 centre-backs as well. Doing a superb job. And there we go. A very pleasing 2-1 victory for the boys. See, do we have anything in the chat that is worth mentioning? Getting some big amount of praise from my good friend Rich, which is always fantastic. Thank you very much, sir. Should get you doing this as well one day. That'd be fun. Maybe we can do our Inter Milan versus AC Milan live on a streaming network. I'd pay to watch that personally. I don't know about you. Can I get the chat up as well as playing the game without impacting the view? That is the question. I don't know if I can. So that is that view, which you guys can see there, which is fantastic. And can I see in here what I'm trying to do? I can see the chat, and it is rocketing on there, which as you'd expect, as there's probably no one really listening to what I'm saying at the moment, which is absolutely fine. I go through life with no one actually listening to what I'm saying, so I am incredibly used to it by now. I am on the lookout for a left-sided midfielder. That is probably my key recruitment for January, but remembering they have to hit the 60 points on the Steel Pentagon. So aggression, bravery, determination, work rate and strength. A combined score of over 60. As you can see, Viv Solomon Otterbor does not get anywhere near that, so I will no longer be looking at him as a potential option to bring in. I'm also not trying not to bring in any old guys either, so I want to build a young squad. So even though Moss Abdeliki looks half decent, he is a bit too old for my liking. I like him young and I like him keen. No one there that I think is worth a go. Big match coming up next. QPR third versus second. They knocked us out of the EFL Trophy. Was it the EFL Trophy? No, it was the Carabao Cup at the start of the season. But we've improved since then, sitting at a very pretty third position in the table, which is awesome. But it's very much revenge on the cards. But I'm hoping everything is working out fairly well in terms of what you guys can hear, and there's nothing too bad. So let me know if it's absolutely horrible and you can't just hear a random person from Leicester waffling on. Fred Friday is on trial with us at the moment from AZ Alkmaar, but unlikely to get a deal considering his aggression is at maximum 10, determination at maximum 11, bravery 14, so that will be 35, work rate will be up to 47, and strength gets to 59 if it's minimal. So we'll have to see how that develops. So he might potentially be an option. I will be able to only be able to play him on a Friday, as that's his name, but I do play FM with some crazy rules, but that unfortunately is not one rule that I've ever tried to use. Goalkeeper from Fulham, Marek Rodak, that I'm looking at. He scores 24, 37, 47, 50, 62, so does just about sneak into the minimum viable product of 60. So we will continue to scout him to get a full knowledge and also keep him on our shortlist, as he may be one to watch going forward. Got a fairly old squad, especially in the goalkeeping department, 2 keepers in their mid-30s, so they have to get replaced sooner rather than later. I don't know about you, but I usually fairly ignore that screen. It doesn't really tell me a huge amount. So Sheffield Wednesday interested in Bodvarsson, which will be pretty good as he's on the transfer list. £8 a week for someone who is a backup player at best, considering he's played 6 games this season, not scored, and a very poor average rating. So looking to move him on if I can. Just gets another big wage off the bill. January is only a month away, so the window will swing open. What have we got? What have we got? So 2 fairly alright offers, which both will be accepted as it gets. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to accept that and accept that. Good. Fine. Also looking at Maurizio Pochettino, the son of Maurizio Pochettino. But I don't think he's quite ready for the championship level. He's playing in Sky Bet League 2 at the moment. And what is his Pentagon score is 22, 36, 46, 50, 61. So at the moment, he's still got time to develop as well. He's just about within my remit for signing. Quick chat to see what we've got in terms of. Go on to this. Things aren't working properly. So I'm getting lots of warnings on my stream. So, Rich, if you can hear me, can you let me know if you're getting anything? Settings, stream. Can I improve things? I don't think I can at this point in time. So stream status is poor. Serious issues that need attention. Oh, good. Rich, you can still hear me, which is fantastic. Getting error messages from my side. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so that's going strong. What have we got on YouTube? Plenty of people saying good things about me, which is always lovely. Right, back to it. So one of my backup centre halves has now got a coaching badge, which is awesome. So he wants to go into coaching when his career is over. He is on £8 a week, a big wage for me. Can I get him to take a lower wage? Slightly lower wage. Is he in any way, shape or form interested in speaking to me? He wants more. He wants more. No, we don't want to give him that. Try again in January. This is my keeper I was mentioning in the live game. Bartosz Balowski, I think, is how we pronounce it. I'm not convinced, which is why I call him Bart whenever we get an opportunity to. But he is fit and he's available, so he will come back in for the crunch. Top of the table clash against QPR. We're in third, they're in second. But we are hopeful after the previous victory that we can get a good result and drive ourselves forward. So Bjarnason is not fully fit, so I am going to play Bennett from the start and allow Bjarnason to sit on that bench and recuperate. But Vardsson is not performing very well, so as he is, we've had an offer. I will let him sit in the stands and contemplate that and give a chance for George Alexander to give us to see if he can produce something for us. Let us go, QPR. Hopefully there is still audio coming back. Concurrent viewers too. Fantastic. I've never spoken to so many people or had so many people listening to what I'm saying. Have a chat in the chat if you are around and tell me what you think of this experiment that we are doing in the world of streaming on YouTube. If it goes well, it may well be a nightly occurrence when I'm not playing the Inter Milan versus AC Milan save, which is a save against a good friend of mine who is in the chat as well, so I have to be saying nice things about him. If he wasn't there, I would be slagging him off at every available opportunity, but that's what we do, Rich, isn't it? My God, I talk a lot of waffle. Ooh, this is new. Broadcast interview. A happy squad is a winning squad. There we go. Whereas hi, I want to keep it that way. I want to talk about my team. Goodbye. So I said earlier, QPR knocked us out of the Carabao Cup right at the start of the season. But since then, things have gone pretty well. As Chair will take a corner. But we get the header. It's cleared away. Parrott on the ball. Driving forward. Very much driving forward. And hit the post. Good evening, Martin. Good evening, sir. You are not alone, I believe. One of my friends as well has joined us as well, which is awesome. I have two friends in the world, and they are both in the stream. Troy Parrott, one-on-one with the keeper, but sadly the linesman saw an offside, which was probably the correct decision. Sadly. How dare linesmen get these things correct? A humdinger of a game so far. Things are fairly quiet. 20 minutes in. Just the one highlight each. Jedwell's free kick. Plays it back to Bennett. Bennett shoots. It's deflected. And we get a throw-in, which I think will be a long throw-in. And the keeper will come to claim it. That is always what we're seeing. Newby is playing FM again. Fantastic. Where are you? What save are you doing? Keep your eye on the ball. Oh, lovely ball forward, Dykes. Great save by Barton. Goal. That should have been a certain goal, but it wasn't. So we rejoice. I'm going to need to get a drink in a minute, I think. Chair, which is a fantastic name for a player. I thought it's probably pronounced Chairi or something like that. But it's 0-0. 30 minutes gone. And apart from a barrage of corners, not a huge amount has been happening. We have picked up 4 bookings, which is the Millwall way. Kenneth Zohore driving inside. Zohore is on 20 grand a week on loan from West Bromwich Albion for another few weeks. Then he's going back to West Bromwich Albion because I can't afford to pay him 20 grand a week. We have a corner. Can we nick one before half time? Wallace whips it in. Cooper with the header. Oh, we've hit both posts in this half. A tale of woe. Both posts have been hit in a half where bookings are plenty. Free man. Tries to whip the ball forward. I don't know, Martin, if you've seen the YouTube video that I released earlier today. Well, I scandalously stole your free man gag that we did the other day for the benefit of the audience. It was a beautiful moment. It required a huge amount of acting from me. Willock on the ball. Plays it inside, it's a good ball, and that's a good goal from Bright Osei Samuel. Ah well. Despite hitting both posts, we are 1-0 down at half time. Second v third, this will see us potentially drop back behind. QPR are actually ahead of us, so we will fall further behind them. We're not playing particularly well at the moment. Bjarnason was a doubt before the game. I'm going to bring him on for Ben Thompson, who's not having a great game. Zohore is also not having a great game as well. But I won't make too many changes at this point in time. But they will give... We're going to thrash some arms. We're going to try and raise the rabble. And... Where's the attackers? Boost them. Boosting everyone. I'm not going to spoil the gag for you. I'm not going to spoil the gag. I'm going to let you see it, marvel in it, and there should have been an offside flag there surely. The bottle may well get thrown at full time if we do lose this game, but you know me, Rich, I do not get angry, I just get even. I'd like to get even in this game. 1-0 down. And we haven't started the second half in particularly good way, so the liberation is going to happen. But building from the back, can we get ourselves back into this game? Jed Wallace, drive forward. He's been asked one of star men on the right hand side this season. Zohore, plenty of space to just hit the ball straight at the blinking goalkeeper. Wallace, corner, played in. Cooper with the header, but that was wide. We score a lot of goals from corners because we've got 2 6'5", 6'6" centre backs, and they certainly make a difference. We're going to go positive. We're going to make a sub. We're going to take Zohore off because I don't think he's been playing particularly well, and get Tom Bradshaw onto the field. Scored a couple of goals in a 5-2 victory away at Preston early in the season, and that has put him onto my bench on a more regular occasion, but I'm wanting to see him do a little bit more. Just seeing there's a gag from Newbie as well. What's the gag? There's a star man playing on the right. Right, I'll steal that one, as I often do. I don't write any of my own material, I just steal it from everyone else I know. Willock drives inside like there's no one there, and we are fortunate to get that ball cleared away. Second half, we have not got started at all here. But Wallace He's a star man, but he's on the left this time. Whips it in. Parrott. 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 We don't score. But we're having a little bit more of the game now. Parrott comes deep. Bjarnason now. Bradshaw turn. Finds Wallace. Wallace one on one with the... Ah, well. That was a shocking miss by Tom Bradshaw. Former Shrewsbury player, which explains how he's rubbish in front of goal. 20 to go. This game feels like it could be ebbing away from us, but we've got a chance to break. Wallace, Parrott, plenty of time and space. Oh, dearie me. He's had his chances. He's had his chances. It might well be one of them days today, by the looks of it. But there's still time. 15 minutes to go. Jed Wallace plays inside. Bradshaw now. Chips the keeper. Beautiful. Tom Bradshaw. I berated him a few minutes ago for being a former Shrewsbury player. But that proves he does know where the goal is. That was a sensationally beautiful finish. Will there be a winner? That is the question. I don't know if I've got another change I can make. I'm going to drop to balance just to keep making sure we are not going to lose the game. Is the intention. Brannigan's not having a great game. Ooh. Sean Hutchinson 6.2 at centre back. We bring on Alex Pearce, a slightly inferior centre back, but not been booked. I don't generally like to change the centre backs, but I think a 6.2 does warrant it. As Dieng climbs above Bradshaw, but that's a poor throw out. Bjarnason. Now Kieran Freeman. Bjarnason again. The ex-Villa man picks it up. Parrott. Ooh, forces a decent save from Dieng. Last 15-20 minutes, we have had our chances to try and get a win here. Jed Wallace applauding himself as he takes the corner. Whips it in. Cooper at the near post, and it is saved by Dieng. A point would not be a horrendous result, but considering we've hit the post twice and we have very high expectations here at Millwall, we will be a little bit disappointed if we don't end up winning the game. 4 minutes of time to go. Throwing. Into stoppage time. Kai. He scored a hat-trick against me in the Carabao Cup. There was our Romeo clearing it away. I think that might be the end of the action. There we go. A 1-1 draw. And my assistant manager telling me I can take off a player after I've made 3 substitutions. Fantastic. Thank you, assistant manager. So, yeah. An alright result, I would say. Won't win them all. Yeah, okay. We'll say a comeback. I'll keep them happy. These Millwall players do get a bit angry with me if they do get a bit upset. Alright then. We showed commitment and willingness to fight for the shirt, and at Millwall we will never apologise for that. And we'll say goal change games whenever we do anything. So let's see what we're doing. We've got 3 concurrent viewers. Blimey, I've never felt so popular. Can I see who that might be? If you are a new person in the chat, by all means, drop a note to see what is going on. There is actually, I've just noticed a time delay on what I can see on my screen and what you guys can see on your screen, which would be fun. So, what are we doing? Parrott is a little bit jaded, which is fine. You can have a rest for a couple of days. I've got a game in 3 days. Middlesbrough away. Long trip up to Middlesbrough from the capital. What have we got in the scouting report? Anyone young? Ooh, 19-year-old foreigner. Ooh, 19-year-old from foreign. Usually gets my goat. We're going to have to give this guy a good scout. He's not a regen or a new gen, so he's not my perfect player. But we shall see. Can't really tell what the Steel Pentagon score will be. as we can just see his strength. But I'm a little bit confused how my scout says he's a really good player, and yet all you can tell me is that he can finish and he's quite quick, and he can jump as well. But certainly there is potentially something there to get excited about. 24-year-old winger, strength of 7, so that's not a brilliant score for us, but we'll scout him. I made a bit of an error when I started this save up. When I was doing my testing, I had the attributes fully turned on, so I could actually see who the players I could bring in were, but when I started the game, I didn't, and it added a layer of complexity that is certainly challenging my little brain, that's for certain. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? I want to look for some regens. Not getting any regens coming up yet. I don't know if there's anything to get concerned about, but as of yet, no nations in Europe have had their youth intake from July to December, which doesn't feel that realistic. The same for North America and Oceania and South America as well. Weird, but I can't scour the world for new gens at the moment, which is fine. I'm just about comfortable with that. Unsurprisingly, I've got quite a few players in my under 23 squad that I'm basically just trying to force out the club. Anyone who's got a Pentagon score of less than 50 is in essence someone who I do not want at the club, so I'm just forcing them out. Got players like this guy who is okay, his determination, his aggression are alright, but strength of 3, bravery of 4. How has he got into Millwall? They just would not accept that in any way, shape or form. What have we got in the chat? 3 concurrent viewers. Awesome. Really good to see. Been doing this for 44 minutes now. That's fantastic. But I will just take a short step away from the screen to get myself a drink. Please do not go anywhere. I'm back. Yeah, I think noobs, it might be at my side, I think streaming, I'm getting loads of warnings about stream health every couple of minutes, which I will try and sort out at some point, but it's saying my current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate, but I can't change that within the stream. So hopefully it will sort it out well enough to hear, so you can hear me well enough. You don't want to hear me too well, you just want to get the general gist. I'm hoping that these videos go automatically onto YouTube after you finish them, which will be awesome, because it means I can just sort out the thumbnail, make it look nice, and that's my next video sorted, which will be really, really good. This one is my big signing of the summer, Cameron Brannigan. Total of £3 million. I only spent £1 million up front, but he is doing an alright job. Even though the stats say he's doing 6.77, which is not fantastic, but I never let the stats get in the way of a good news story. Can't wait for January. There's going to be lots of movement hopefully in January. If I can find players to come in, that is always the task. So, and incredibly long trip up to Millwall for the not up to Millwall. An incredibly long trip to Middlesbrough is what I'm trying to, is the words that I'm struggling to find. Throw some more logs on the heating, Rich. Oh, I don't get paid enough to do that. Oh, what have we pressed? I'm pressing buttons. Should never be allowed to press buttons. There we go. Back. We're back. I think I'm due a youth intake actually, or a youth intake preview, which will be amazing to see no levels of green writing. That's what normally happens on my saves. Here we go, youth intake preview. Let's see just how terrible it's going to be. Ooh, 3 lines of green. A midfielder, a potential forward from Southwark or Southwark. Potentially caught the eye, but none of the rest are any good. This is a very poor crop of players, unfortunately. Fantastic, just what we need. I'm not really expecting any of our youth intake players to make much of an impact on this save, in all honesty, as having that benchmark of 50 on the Pentagon score is probably going to mean they won't be developed enough to land on it. So I've got possibly a dilemma on that. I might have to lower it, or say you don't get a professional deal if it's less than 50, or I'll come up with something. If I get a really good player that's got a score of 49, then I might completely waver and sign him up anyway, but we shall see. Bradshaw is going to start instead of Zahore in this one. Brannigan carrying a knock, but I think, am I confident enough in him? Nope. Sean Williams is going to come in for Brannigan, as he is fitter and has been performing slightly better. We are going. 3 changes: Malone at left back, Williams in midfield, and Bradshaw up front for the long trip up to Middlesbrough and the Riverside Stadium. And it is the Riverside Stadium. I thought I went for something and I was proved correctly in the end. Right then, let us do this. Hoping for a relatively quiet game so I can take some drink. Oh. I will have to work out some way of doing background music to give me a chance to have a little bit of silence every now and then as I hit the microphone with my knee, so apologies if that comes through. As we gave Dale Fry too much space at the back post, but he misses his header. And we're just waiting for things to start going for us here. All quiet on the western front, or the eastern front, as it is up north in the borough. Incredibly quiet, in all honesty. As nothing is happening at the moment. We're going to encourage. I've no idea if the shouts work in this version of FM yet. My default of demand more every 20 minutes on previous versions doesn't seem as effective anymore. As we hit the bar, Thompson hits the bar. Disgraceful. But half time, 0-0. Not the most enthralling game of football we have all sat through and watched. Going to go a bit more adventurous in the second half. And hands are going on hips. They're not happy. We're going to motivate them. I want better from us in this second half. Long ball. Bennett drives forward. Come on, Mason. Malone. Bugsy picks it out. Wood. And Britt Malonga picks up the loose ball. So we can turn. Bradshaw turns. Drives down the left hand side. Can he get a ball in? He whips it across. Williams saves by Marcus Bettinelli. I remember him from saving Sunderland save that I did in FM17. That was my first My first big YouTube save. I say big YouTube save. It was the first YouTube save that I did have more than 3 or 4 episodes in. No one ever watched it, but there we go. Wallace, free kick. Whips it in, but hits it straight into the wall. And we regroup. Now we're gone. So that will be the time when I will make my substitutions. As I get distracted by WhatsApp messages. Thank you, Rich. Distracting the flow on that. Right, what am I trying to do? Stop it. Stop forwarding me stuff. That's always good to have a go at your audience for interacting with you as you're trying to play the game. Zahore's going to come on for Bradshaw. He's going to see what he can do as I'm paying him 20 grand a week to... Not paying him 20 grand a week to sit on my bench. If we have to settle for a point, then that's not the worst result in the world. Away at the Borough. But I would like a victory. Victories are always good. And other such silly sentences to say that are fairly nondescript. Jed Wallace not having a great game. Troy Parrott having an absolute shocker. But he's a key goal scorer for me, so I don't really want to take him off just yet. I'm getting stuck in terms of what I want to do. So I'm going for it. But Bennett off, Bjonason on, and that will be that for a few minutes. And maybe throw Alexander on for the last few minutes if nothing happens. So nothing has happened. So let's throw on George Alexander for his first start under me. Don't know if it's his first game ever, but this is definitely his first time that I have picked him in one of my sides as we enter stoppage time at the end of the 90. A great time to score, a horrifically bad time to concede, as that was almost the moment, but it went wide. Deflection, so there's a corner. Tavernier whips it in, headed away at the near post, and George Alexander, I almost said Gary Alexander, to Zahore, to the back of the onion bag. 91st minute. Kenneth Zahore on 20 grand a week has seen fit to potentially give us a lovely 3 points up north, but time is still going. Paddy McNair whips it a Sombalonga. Great save by Bart in the goal. Beautiful save, diving like a salmon down low, and we clear it away. Alexander just leaves the ball behind. Jed Wallace looks for options, gets tackled, but we clear the ball away. Fry on the right. Saville. Good header back to the goalkeeper. Middlesbrough piling on the pressure as you would expect. They don't want to be in their dressing room on the other hand of a Neil Warnock rant, which is what's going to happen to them in the next couple of minutes unless Britt Sombalonga can do something, but he is offside. It's always nice seeing that flag raise in that situation when you're the team defending a 1-0 lead. Turn. He does. Wallace drives past his man beautifully. Pulled it back. Romeo. Back stick. Bjarnason should have put it to bed, but he was offside, so it wouldn't have mattered in any way. So we will forgive him for missing an absolute sitter. Romeo. There is our Romeo. I think that is 5 times I've done that gag now, but we don't mind. We repeat gags round here. That is absolutely fine. Take your time, son. Take your time. Throws it in. Are we going to have a full-time whistle? There we go. A lovely little victory away up in the northeast. 91st minute goal by the most overpriced player in the world, Kenneth Zahore. 20 grand a week. I might have mentioned that a few dozen times, but when he comes up with winners like that, we can forgive him for that. He's going in January because I can't afford to keep him, but really pleased about that. Into fourth. A nice little gap between the chasing pack. 4 points clear of Norwich. Playoffs would be lovely this season. I don't think we're going to be good enough to win automatically, but playoffs this season is absolutely a good achievement, I would say. Let's see what the stats are looking like. 3 concurrent viewers, that's good. Still going with that. Lots of stream warnings as well, so that's fine. Oh, I had stream healthy for a few minutes, which was a positive. And just seeing everything appears to be still working, which is absolutely awesome. Ooh, got a new follower on Twitter as well. Awesome. Right, back to it. Vintage display, thank you very much. 20,000 fans saw us win 1-0 away at Middlesbrough. We're really happy with that. Neil Warnock has claimed that your goal against him was entirely undeserved. Do you agree with that? Let's see. I'm going to pick a fight with Neil Warnock. That never goes wrong, does it? Oh, he believes me to be bitter. Oh, I think there's only one person bitter in this relationship, Neil. You be bitter. I'll take the 3 points back. You be bitter, yeah? Awesome. Ooh. Zebly. Ooh. Aggression is beautiful. Determination, quite nice. Bravery, alright. Strength. Looks pretty good. He's Ivorian as well. Did he come from ASIC Mimosas? Nah, that'd have been too perfect. Signed Scout. Scouting pool full network. He looks a decent player. Certainly on the Pentagon scale. And the left side of midfield. We're starting to see some decent players being scouted by our scouts now, which is really nice. I do hate the first transfer window. You're never quite sure what you need, so you try and get everything, and some of them end up being rather poor. But there we go. So that's all, and that won't never do. Don't know what I'm trying to do there. No idea what I'm trying to do. That's fine. Missing buttons, getting the wrong buttons. It's almost as if I've never played this game before. One thing I'm going to have to do is get some players off the wage bill. So Zahore, as I mentioned, is on a fairly nice wage. And there are some more that are on good wages that I'll probably need to move on. The likes of Matt Smith, who has only featured a couple of sub appearances, and he's 31. So the doctor can move on elsewhere as well. Van Vardsen, that's £8 a week off the wage bill. That would be nice. Everyone else is on a relatively nice wage. Got a couple of trialists in to have a look at, but I don't think either of them are quite going to be the right sort of player for me. So what's his score? 11 plus 10, 21, 34, 44, 55. So Shani Tarashid, that guy is immediately terminated his trial. I actually like Neil Warnock. Just something about him is very you always get good stuff out of him. True, he's never managed any of my teams, but Fred Friday, is he going to get a deal? No. 20, 31, 39, 49, 55. Sorry, Fred. You have to leave the club. I wish there was a way in FM where you could select a few attributes and it gave you a combined score, and that would be an attribute in itself. That would be so much nicer. Ooh, oh, come on. 50 grand he's valued at, right? But I expected more money for him. Can I negotiate? No. And they're wanting me to pay a percentage of his wages as well. No. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. If he whinges. Do I want Josh Knight yet? I don't. I like Josh Knight. He is the famous Fleckney person that I mention at every available opportunity. I play cricket with a couple of his relatives. But he does fit. Most importantly, he does fit the score. Good aggression. Good bravery. Strength is alright. Determination and work rate are really good. He'd be actually one of the highest scores that we get in that scale. So he may well be an option. Possibly in the summer if Leicester decide to get rid of him. Lots of talking this evening. Spent all day talking at work and talking in the evening as well. Bristol City. Away from home. They're 18th. They're not having a great season. So it's very much a possible winnable tie. At Leeds is Pascal. That guy? Strick? Maybe? I don't know. But not someone that I think we will be pursuing at the moment. Decent player, but he's just not interested in joining us. A couple of games before Christmas. How many games have I played? That is a good question. We played 18. Sitting in 4th. Coming up to Christmas. Just working out how many more games tonight before we end it for tonight. I think we will do 2 more games. We'll do Bristol City and Notts Forest. Then I will end it for this evening and try and work out if I can upload this as a video. Was it Zaha go to Milan? Is Zaha interested in going to Milan? We've almost got a chat in the chat, which is unbelievable. Fantastic. And John Dahl Bardson is leaving on as well, which is thank you for your time, sir. You have been a good servant. And it means we get a nice sum of money coming in and also £8 grand off the wage bill. Finances aren't looking fantastic. We are losing money. We've lost nearly £1 million this year. So that is going down. Transfer budget, only £500,000 that we've got to spend. And we are over the wage bill, but that will decrease once Bardson is off the wage bill. Right, what are we going to do today? Are we going to make any changes? That is the question. I think, what do we do? We've brought Zahore in from the start from Bradshaw. Alexander did alright coming off the bench, but he is not good enough yet to be starting. He's only 20 years old. He's played a couple of times for Millwall. But he's a decent young prospect. And I don't know, there used to be a guy at Millwall called Gary Alexander. Just kind of a journeyman lower league player. He was a striker. I was just checking to see if he was in any way, shape or form related, but I don't believe he is. Well, the game certainly isn't telling us that he is related. But anyway, let's digress and get into the action. So one change, Zahore in for Bradshaw. Over in Bristol, gone to the West Country, picking up our cider and hoping we can pick up some 3 points as well. Alright then, any notable names in the Bristol City side? They've got Chris Brunt, who is ex-Baggies, Naki Wells, And Chris Martin, Coldplay singer, is playing as well. Awesome. He'll come on and give us a tune in the second half. Yet to lose a game on the stream, which I'm going to cling to for as long as we possibly can, as Alfie Mawson puts Bristol City 1-0 up. Couldn't have scripted that. Right then. 2 players booked in the first 5 minutes as well. This might not be a good day. Zahore turn. Parrott driving through. Come on, Troy. Come on. Oh, finish. Troy Parrott beats the keeper from distance. That's 1-1 now. We are back in this game. The Bristol boys are stunned. Possibly, maybe not. That's a good recovery. Absolute beauty. Yes, it was. Zahore inside. Williams. Good pass to Parrott. Can he turn Zahore? Williams. Blocked. Romeo. Romeo. Drags it wide. 25 gone. Wallace free kick. Plays it short. We'll take a corner. Can we get another goal in this half? Or can we not? Find out. Bennett to Thompson. Playing keep ball in the middle of the field. Jed Wallace. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? This is going to be one of those really long highlights that goes into absolute nothing. Saved by the keeper from Troy Parrott. So something did happen. The assistant manager asking me, do I want to remove get stuck in as an instruction? No. This is Millwall. We get stuck in every available opportunity. And we also make sure that our keeper Bart saves the ball at his near post. This game could go either way. Zahore turns. Drive, sir. Drive! A long run for absolutely nothing. We're going to encourage the boys, I think. So we get to half time. Lots of action in the first 10 minutes, but it all went a little bit quiet after that. So 1-1 at half time. So we've been the better team. Everyone is calm and composed. Where is it? There we go. A lot more to come from you. A lot more to come from you. A lot more to come from you. Excellent. If in doubt, give that. And it generally does okay. What you can see is 6 in the second half. Lucky Wells, who is a blinking quick player in real life. Troy Parrott on the ball. Oh, Spurs loanee. Bit of sideways passing. Nice and quiet. Good slow steady build up. And Wallace fine warms the keeper's gloves with a shot from distance. Bristol City scored early in the first half. They're trying to score early in the second half as well. And they may get an opportunity, but we are able to clear that away. We have been the better side in terms of shots, but we have had a lot of them being a little bit wayward. And we are going to look to make a substitution because only half our side has been booked, which is fairly typical for a side. So Murray Wallace is going to come on the left hand side of midfield, and we're going to look at what can we do on the left Inside attacking wise, Bjarnason's going to come on as well, so there's 2 players that have been booked. There we go, pressing wrong buttons, back on it. Hour gone. We're up into 3rd, 19 games gone. Season is going relatively well. I can't take any credit for the tactic, as you all know, because it's a downloaded tactic that's been tweaked a little bit. So Nap deserves all the credit, as he often does, for any success I get on Football Manager, as Naki Wells very much warms to keeper's gloves. Troy Parrott drives forward. Go on. Quick to the cross. Not a great ball. Let's see what shouts we can get out there. Demand more is always a favourite. But I want to fire up, because that's a new one for me. We have been the better side, but at the moment we haven't been able to find that killer goal. Possibly because we're on cautious mentality. But that's usually where I spend most of my time. Long ball over the top from Chris Brunt. Does absolutely nothing. And Balkowski can't pick it up. Just move the ball around. Zahore picks it up. Can he produce something magical? Bjarnason. Oh! That almost. I almost thought that was going into the back of the net then, but sadly it did not. Jed Wallace is not having a great game on the right hand side of the midfield, but I don't think I've got anything to really change. I'm going to bring Wallace off, bring Romeo on, or push him forward, and James Brown, I feel good about that, can come on in his place. I don't know if it's the James Brown, that was the former technical director at Sainsbury's, but we can find out later. But I certainly feel good. Bjarnason on the ball. Looking for options, crossfield ball. Romeo. Looking for space. Finds Parrott. Now Brown on the ball. Good ball into the middle. And that probably should have been a good goal for us, but Troy Parrott found the wrong side of the post. 8 minutes to go. We've shown all our hands. Bristol City have also made a couple of substitutions in their game, but I think this one might come down to just being a 1-1 draw away from home, which is not. It's never a bad result getting a point away from home, I feel. But is there a late winner? There was a late winner last time. Is there going to be one today? Sessegnon drives forward for Bristol City. Finds Edwards. This is worrying. Edwards into the box. Superb tackle from Murray Wallace. The ex-Huddersfield Town man makes a flying challenge. He's another one who I've managed in previous versions of Football Manager. As Andreas Wyman heads the ball over the bar. And this one looks like... I was going to say looks like it's going to be a draw, but we have another highlight. Patterson drives forward. Bristol City are ending this game stronger. But can we get something here? Zahora turns. Drive, sir, drive. Whips it across, but no one gambled. Where was the gamble? No one. Got a bit mad. 20 seconds. Walsh on the ball. Chris Brunt whips it across. Cleared by Murray Wallace. That's 2 important interceptions that he has done in the last couple of minutes. Corner right at the def. Troy Parrott on the ball. That should be that. But the ball breaks. Zahore 1-on-1 with the keeper. Oh, that was the chance. That was absolutely glorious for someone on that high a wage to miss that much of a sitter in the last moments of the game. You have to sign him, Newbie. If you find someone called Newbie, you have to sign him. There used to be a player in the lower leagues called John Newbie. Random stat for you. Lots of sending offs today. Tyrell's Nan done a better job at front. Hey, Alex is in the chat as well. Good evening. Does that mean I've got 4 people? I've got 4 viewers. 4 viewers. Blimey. Never felt so popular as I do right now. Wow. Ooh. Fined £5,000 for not keeping control of my players. I can't see. I can't keep control of these players. They're Millwall players. That game had everything but a last minute winner. So what have we done tonight? We've had a fair few games tonight. Is it 4 games? 4 games. Beat Derby 2-1. Thanks to Hutchinson and Cooper. Before a 1-1 draw at home to QPR, Tom Bradshaw scoring a beautiful chip to goal. Away at Middlesbrough, Kenneth Zahori last gasp minute winner. He gives a 1-0 win. And Bristol City away from home. 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes. 1 apiece is how it ended. And Nottingham Forest is the next game in 3 days' time. And that will probably be the point where we call it a night for tonight, as my voice is pretty much shot to pieces. But I think it's been, from my side, it's been an enjoyable experience. I'll let you guys decide whether it's been an enjoyable experience from your point of view. But we shall see. Doesn't matter when you join Alex, you're here. That's all that matters. He's got good knowledge of around the world. So, do I need another scout? Got 5 at the moment. What's it saying? So it improves the quality. So can I convince the board to give me another scout? Nope, it won't let me. But who have I got? Have I got any decent scouts? I don't think he's that good. 9-9. Beaumorte. Not quite good enough for me to come in just yet. Oh, dear. Troy Parrott, knackered, needs a rest. So let's give him a couple of days just to recover. 20 grand a week. So in 4th, which is a good position, even though form in the last 5 games hasn't been a little bit sketchy. But playoffs at the end of the season would be a very, very good position to be in, I would think. Considering the expectation is mid-table. But we are happy. We're in a good place. I've had a WhatsApp message. And that's nothing relevant, so we can move on. Right, 3 viewers. 3 viewers. Never felt so popular. So you guys can hear the notifications. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if can I turn that off. Don't know if I can turn that off. I can do that. That'll turn it off actually. I'll close the notification just for you, Alex. I'll close them down. So, last game of the evening. Nottingham Forest at home. So Romeo, without our Romeo not having a great time. Shane Ferguson is nearly back to full fitness. Kevin Freeman will come onto the bench for James Brown. Barton's off, so I'll keep him out of the club. Ryan Leonard, can he come back onto the bench? No. Ben Thompson not doing fantastic, so I'm going to put Brannigan in for him. So, happy with the side. Keeper is wanted by most of America, but he's a bit too good. Can I tie him down to a longer deal? Nope, because he's already got 2 years on his deal, so I'm not going to be extending his contract yet. But I think we are good to go. So let's go. Yes, I did press the right button. For a moment I thought I pressed instant result, but that's just a natural reaction for me. Right, so Brannigan in for Thompson is the only change. Up against Forest, who are mid-table. A few recognisable names there. Anthony Knockhart, former Leicester City player. Harry Arter, former Bournemouth player. Joe Lolly, played for Kidderminster a few years ago. And Lewis Graben was found for a bit of fame in the Sunderland series that was on Netflix. Was it Netflix? Yes, it was Netflix. Last couple of years. But that is the Forest team. But we're confident. Let's end tonight with 3 points at the New Den in front of the boys, and we can all go home very happy. Or not, as the case may be. Romeo driving forward to Williams inside midfield. Jed Wallace turns his man inside, back to Williams. Romeo, slow, patient build-up. That's what we've come to expect from this Millwall team. Very slow, very patient build-up. There we go, we're into the box now. Mason Bennett probably should have done a little bit better. Oh. Early goal in the Luton Bournemouth game. Chris Mepham has put Bournemouth 1-0 up. Everything goes through Jed Wallace. Romeo hugging that touchline. Whips it in. Bennett over the bar. 3 shots, none on target, which tells you how this game is going. First 20 minutes relatively quiet now after those early attacks. Freeman drives forward for Forest. Cross field ball to Knockhart, to Arter, to block. Harry Arter was another player I had on my Sunderland save, if memory serves correctly. Back when he was at Bournemouth and incredibly highly rated. Romeo, long throw. Ooh, bit of variety. Brannigan shoots, deflected, blocked, cleared away. We're becoming a draw specialist at the moment, I think. Graben gets into... I think that hit the post. My screen froze a little bit as he hit that shot, so I'm not 100% sure what happened there, but it didn't go in. That was the important bit. I'm not massively impressed with how it's doing. So we're going to demand more. Go back to that old favourite as Scott McKenna puts the Nottingham Forest 1-0 up with a header that crashed off the crossbar. And I will claim for days that ball did not cross the line, but it would have done. Simple as that. There's no way it wouldn't have done. Cooper with the header over the bar. We're a good side with headers at corners. Both our centre backs have scored 5 goals already this season, which isn't bad considering it is mid-December. But it's half time. And we are losing. Forest have had 1 shot on target, and they have scored their goal. It's not. We don't want to end on a defeat. I don't want to throw the water bottle yet. I want to keep the water bottle, put it to one side. But we're going to thrash arms, and we're far from pleased. The boys know that it needs to be better in that second half. Can it be? We've gone positive. The boys are knowing what's expected of them in the second half. The next goal, as the cliche goes, is key. And of course, when you know you need a goal, nothing ever happens. We're going attacking. Throw in. Zahore. Crosses it in. Deflections. Is we going to win the ball? We do. Troy Parrott whips it in again. Jed Wallace should have done a lot better with that chance, but he forced the ball wide. Almost time for substitutions to happen. 60 minutes is the time as Jake Cooper heads the ball in. I almost called him Colin Cooper there. Colin Cooper would have, of course, been, if we were playing Championship Manager 95, 96 or 97, 98. Lewis Grabban on the ball. Driving forward. I think Grabban is a former Millwall player. I think he's played against Hereford. And probably scored. As a lot of people do. Jed Wallace driving forward. Whips it in the box. Bennett. Ooh, Mason Bennett. Gordon Bennett. Mason Bennett. It's cleared away. Throw in. Long throw. Keeper comes and gets it. There we go. Happens every single time. Sweet music from Samba. I don't think that works, but I'll go with it. We'll try it. Mason Bennett drives forward now. Romeo. To Williams. Wallace. Romeo. Jed Wallace. Brannigan. No. Cleared away. Williams turns. Malone now on the ball. Pressure is building. 65 gone. Brannigan. Inside to Williams. Back to Brannigan. Brannigan. Bennett. Malone. Nah, we just can't get our shots away here. Lots of lovely little build-up play, but that end product, that final shot, just isn't there. Joe Lolly into the box. Drops it in. And Anthony Knockout. We've had chances. We've had possession. We've had lots of good opportunities. But we just cannot get that final shot to force the ball into the back of the net. Left back change as well. So Murray Wallace coming on for Scott Malone. Tom Bradshaw coming on for Kenneth Zahole. Nope, don't want to cancel that. I want to confirm that. And of course, I was going to say there's no highlights. We need to get a highlight. Romeo. Williams, come on. Can we get back on level terms again? Williams. Jed Wallace, plenty of space. Ooh, I thought that was a touch from the keeper there, but no. It just went past the posts. It's almost time to go very attacking and to see that not work in any way, shape or form. And I'm even going to change the formation. Now then. I am going to go. No, that's not what I'm going to do. This proves how often I change the formation. This might take a while, right? I'm going to put him there. Hutchinson is going to go there. Bradshaw is now going to go there. Right, I've now got 3 strikers on the pitch. I'm bring Alexander on for Hutchinson. And we're going to play him as a poacher. Advance forward. Yeah. Just get them on the pitch. Get it long. See what we can try and do to try and get something out of this last few minutes of the game. Throw in. Corner. I don't think the change has been made just yet. There we go. George Alexander is on. Whips in. Cleared away by Tyler Backett. Brannigan on the ball. Can he recycle it back in? He does. Murray Wallace. Finds Bennett. Bennett got so much time and space. And finds the goalkeeper. He literally could have hit that in any direction. And it would have been a superb equaliser. But nope. That one little spot with the goalkeeper, that's where you want to find him. That's fine. That's fine. We don't want to win. We want to end the night on a defeat. That's fine with us. We can cope with a defeat right at the end. And that is exactly what we're going to get. Murray Wallace whips the throw in. Header. over the bar. That was our chance. And we've lost, despite having the bulk of the majority of all the positive stats there. XG, whatever that means. 1.2 versus 0.46. But we just couldn't find a way back into it. And we've got a chance. We're going to pick up that water bottle. And we're going to say that was not good enough. And fantastically, everyone just goes on the back of it. Fantastic. We could have done it, but we lose. But we end the night in 4th place after 20 games. Comfortably enough in the playoffs. And breaking news that Brendan Rodgers has been sacked by Leicester City. Which is fine. A defeat. We're unlucky, yes, but you've got to be winning these games, as they say. He looks fairly cheap. Good determination. Ivorian as well, which is always good. Right. That, gentlemen, will be that for tonight. So thank you very much for joining me today. We will end the stream at this point in time. I'm not sure when we will be back on it, but it won't be tomorrow night, as I have a date in Milan with my good friend Richard, who was in the chat tonight as well. So that is tomorrow night. Then possibly on Friday night we will return. We will be live and we will be all about the Steel Pentagon. Thank you very much, guys. Speak to you soon.